Hello and Katching. This is Bernie. Silicon Valley Bank and Credit Suisse and Signature Bank, other banks, they are filing for bankruptcy or are for insolvency. Is it the right time to invest? Where should you invest? That's the topic for today. And Ripple, is it a good invest as the lawsuits ends very soon? So stay tuned to learn more about it. Hello and welcome, Katching. This is Bernie again with with this light slide into today's weekly Catch-Up. So what's going on in the financial world? What are we seeing? What are we learning? I have a lot of things to tell you. First of all, Silicon Valley Bank, as you might have seen or heard, so they are. It's a bank in the US. It was filing for bankruptcy. It's a bank that is focusing on startups, financing startups, and there was a small chain that they have set going when we heard that SVB is filing for bankruptcy. Now, what's going on with your money, with your deposits, with your funds, with your assets that you have? So up to 250,000, your assets are safe, at least in the US. In Europe, it's the same thing. In Europe, you are safe on up to 100,000 euro. So should we be worried about? Absolutely, about the banking system, what it will bring in the future, how it will end. I don't know personally, but the signs have been there for years that this could happen at a certain point. Now, what should we do now? The banks will be rescued for now, short term, but I cannot exclude the option that there are other banks that are filing for insolvency or bankruptcy very soon. So what should you do with your assets? I personally would move my assets into assets that are safe, for example, or even safer than probably safer. For example, gold and silver and stocks. So these are the assets that are probably the safer option than keeping your money in the bank account. Or additionally, this is something we don't know currently because it's too young, but cryptocurrency could also be an option. But never put all your assets in one asset class, so in just stocks, in gold and silver only, or in real estate only. So diversify, spread the risk, and then you will be fine, even if one or two asset classes are going down. So this is what we have to do. We need to get into gold, into silver. That's my personal opinion. That's what I am doing. We need to invest more in stocks that are sustainable, so that are of big companies, big tech companies, big companies out of the consumer goods sector. So companies like Amazon, companies like Apple. Although I have read an interview by Jeff Bezos, the Apple founder, the Amazon founder, and he said, I know that Amazon will file for bankruptcy at a certain day, but his job is, that's what he said, his job is to prevent that from happening. So and usually, he also said, usually a company lives for 30 years. Previously, so in the past, we have seen companies being there around for 100 years, like the car companies or banks or some big companies that you know since decades. And now we have companies that are lasting for 30, 40 years. And the fun fact is Amazon is celebrating its 30th birthday very soon. Let's see if they're filing for bankruptcy. I personally don't believe that. So I am invested in Amazon. And nevertheless, there are many other options to how to invest in something. For example, using a pie, then you can also spread the risk over several companies, how to set up a pie. We have a video on that on YouTube on our channel, so just watch our YouTube channel, and there you find a playlist called Invest Yourself to Freedom with a pie. And I don't mean a pie to eat, it's a pie of stocks that you can invest in. So next topic, inflation. The inflation is, one more thing about Credit Suisse. So important thing now, again, Credit Suisse here, their default swaps. So this is the graphics of the default swaps. That means the probability of defaults, of defaulting. And this is really, really high compared to the past. So the probability of defaulting of Credit Suisse is meant to be higher. So the analysts are expecting this risk to be higher. Now coming back to inflation, it was increasing by 6% from a year ago, or 0.4%. That was absolutely in the expectations in the US. In Europe, we are higher. And in Europe, we have also recently seen that that Lagarde, our ECB boss or ECB president, she was telling us that they will raise their interest rate by 0.50%, even though the bank Credit Suisse has filed for insolvency or has filed for bankruptcy. So this is what we see. It's a difficult game, because if you raise the interest rate, inflation could be catched, it could be driven down. But if you don't raise the interest rate, the inflation could go even higher. And that was what we're seeing now again, is that the governments, especially the FIAT, they started printing money again. So that is bad for inflation. Let's see this graphics again. So this is the graphics. Here you see the spike at the end. This is telling us that inflation is probably again speeding up, again going higher, and that's why the ECB and the Fed, they keep going with the interest rate, with raising interest rate, the general interest rate, because this should bring down inflation. If you are following us on TikTok, then you are welcome. If you're following us not on TikTok currently, then you're welcome to do so. Our ticker is, our handle is Catching Secrets 1. So just search for us there. Now let's move to the crypto space. What's going on in the crypto world? First of all, Ripple. So Ripple is a cryptocurrency which was brought up or built by banks for banks. Its utility is that it's meant to be used for bank transfer of money. For example, if you want to send from the US money to Europe, you should use Ripple. And if you're a bank, of course, so it's an interbank utility token. It's meant to be an interbank token. So they say, and there is an ongoing lawsuit about that in America, and this lawsuit seems to come to an end. And if this is ending positively for Ripple, Ripple could take off. So should you buy Ripple? In my opinion, we should be invested. I am invested with a little amount. It's play money. That's something you have to be aware of. So you can lose money, of course, but to be in the space, to be on the boat when it starts, to be on the train when it really starts taking off, to be on a rocket, to sit on a rocket when it starts off taking off. Put in some little amount of money, something that you're willing to lose. How much is the money that you're willing to lose? If you don't know that, there is a rule of thumb. Take 1% of your monthly income, and this is the amount that you're easily willing to lose. This doesn't affect you really. And in the crypto space, it's possible to start investing as low as, I would say, $10, €10. So if you have $10 available and this is the amount that you're willing to lose, then invest in Ripple. In general, I would say currently investing is a game that I'm still doing it. I continue investing all the time because I want to make use of the so-called cost average effect. That means we're investing permanently and we're driving down our average purchase price. So as long as the prices are falling, I'm basically happy about that. Next topic is crypto exchange Binance is halting sterling transfers, so British pounds. Again, we've seen that recently. A few weeks ago, we've seen that with the US dollar on Binance, they were halting the withdrawal and the deposits of USD. Basically, there's no big issue. So because you can withdraw or deposit British pounds or US dollar either way, you just have to exchange it before you are transferring to another exchange. So if you have, for example, pounds sitting there in the account in Binance, then you just exchange that, you transfer that into another currency, for example, Bitcoin, or I would do that with XLM. This is Stellar, and because it's very cheap if you transfer it to somewhere else. So you're just exchanging it, then you are transferring it to another exchange, Qcoin, for example, and there you can change it back into US dollar, and then you can transfer it back to your bank account. So if that was too fast for you, just rewind this video and then you can rewatch it again. So, but there is of course a solution for this issue. Then Bitcoin, best Bitcoin price. We are seeing the Bitcoin price breaking $26,000 again. And US inflation is coming at 6%, and the banks are struggling. So banks are struggling. Is this the signal? Is this the sign? Is this the start of Bitcoin outperforming the rest of the market? I don't know, to be honest. We will see. But for me, this is nevertheless, this is another sign of we have to be on board of Bitcoin. So we need to be invested. We need to be on board on Bitcoin because then if it starts off, if the crypto space, if the cryptocurrencies are taking off again, then if you are not on board, many people start to get on board if it's too late, and then it's likely that you are losing money. Good. If you have any questions, if you are unsure, if you have any news, then feel free to just drop a message below in the comments. I will be happy to cover that in one of the next episodes. Now let's move to our Pi investing. Our Pi that, as mentioned before, invest yourself to freedom with a Pi is our playlist on YouTube. So watch it and then you see exactly what is a Pi, how can you set up a Pi, and you need as low as 15 minutes on a monthly basis to manage your Pis. So if you invest once, we are investing twice, so we need twice 10 minutes maximum to manage our Pis. How does it work? So this is our current Pi. So this is the Pi that we opened up. It was more than a year ago, and from there we're investing on an ongoing basis. Currently, the Pi is down by 4%. Today we want to invest one more time. So for this, before we are investing, I need to bring up. I need to bring up our Excel spreadsheet. And we're entering here 18th of March 2023. Then our Pi balance before investing, our current Pi balance before investing is 20, 30, 45. This is 20, 30, 45. This is a loss compared to the last time, so we need to take the higher amount. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, There is a tutorial on YouTube explaining you everything. So we need to invest 93.75. Let's go to invest. 93.75. Then we have to choose here self-balancing. You get an overview where will be invested. Confirm the buy. Some of the exchanges that we are purchasing on are closed for today, so that's why we have to wait. And there you have also seen we have some cash available. We had some cash available, so our cash that's available will be invested as well. Why do we have some cash? So it's not that 93.77. It's it was 93.75, but 2 cents are, for example, dividends that we got from our holdings. So dividends are basically paid from profits from companies, and now we have free funds available, 2787.90. This is again important for our spreadsheet. So what are the next numbers that we have to fill in here? How much did we invest? We invest 93.76, 93.76. Here we have nothing. This is the extra amount paid. We don't have anything. Cash reserve, we still have 2787.90. 2787.90. Here we enter 0, and that's it. That was it for this week. That's how we manage our pie. That's how we invest in our pie. If the account needs more funding, then we have to top up some money. But basically, currently, we still have, I would say, roughly 27 months available of funding for our account. So basically, that's it for this week. One more thing, I'm going to, I'm living here on Cyprus, and today I'm cheering on you. This is an amazing wine from Cyprus. It's from our favorite winery, Kolios. The wine is called Marateftico, and it's an amazing wine. I wish you an amazing week, profitable week, and enjoy your life. Enjoy whatever you do in your life, and find your passion, follow your passion. See you next week. Katching! Cheers!
Please be aware, we are no financial advisors. We do not provide any advice. We only share our experience, and our results are not typical. If we mention any stocks, funds, and other type of investments, it is for educational and illustrational purposes only. Most people are unable to achieve similar results to ours. If you want to achieve similar results, you have to commit yourself to systemize, to learn, and to stick to the rules.